This video is for Paul and Caroline Harrington and the insurance company. This is 306 South Union, Natchez, Mississippi, and the house is Morningside that we bought in 2021 and refurbished, I say. We did not renovate or rip out, but we just cleaned everything up, painted everything, took a crepe myrtle out here, and Kevin did a great job re-landscaping, painted the porch. We fired our painters, so we had to paint the porch ourselves, and the ceiling, and this bench, and the shutters, and I redid the front door, which really transformed it. It was really weathered, and now we have this beautiful southern front porch. Let's go inside. So when we moved here, we didn't have any furniture at all. So, except for a couple of pieces that weren't very useful, like a china hutch. But so we went to, and we didn't know anybody here. We'd never been here. Really, we were here one night 7 years ago. So we just didn't know. We just thought we'd fix this house up during COVID. And so we just wanted to get everything secondhand and kind of inexpensive, and so that's what we did. But when we bought this house, it was all painted gold. It was very dirty. The plaster was falling in a lot of places, lots of cracks, and the windowsills were peeling and not sealed, and it was a mess. And so we learned to fix plaster, and Kevin did all the rolling, and I painted all the trim, and we got all this furniture secondhand. I like the lamps we got at the garage sale, and we had a lot of fun just going around to thrift stores and estate sales and Facebook Marketplace and cleaning things up and rehabbing them. One cool thing was these covers right here. All the downstairs fireplaces were open and just kind of, like they look kind of a mess with some kind of weird gas thing in them, but they weren't very good. And we found those covers in the backyard in the storage shed. And they were all rusty, and we had them cleaned up and painted, and they look great. And this is some of our artwork. These two bottom, the left is a Giacometti print from Kevin's mother, and the other one from her, and then that's a painting I painted. And this is a mirror from his mother's house, and this is our pretty view out our door. We love our neighborhood. It's such a pretty street. And here's our bedroom. And this was really a mess. Plaster holes up there and down there and there. And so we patched and cleaned and got everything done. Kevin found this bed down some dirt road. He got this huge king bed. It was $100, and we cleaned it up, and the same with the tables. They were a mess. We cleaned those up and refinished them. And the good thing is the draperies were here. These pretty curtains were here. And the chandeliers were here. So that was a big bonus. And the same in the living room. The pretty curtains and the chandelier, they were all here. We just got these chairs. We got these from he's the chef at the castle. We went to his yard sale. He was moving to a different place in town. And Kevin got these in Mexico, in Puerto Vallarta, from some Native Americans. And they left some nice things in the house, like this lamp was here, and this lamp was here. We did not refinish the floors. They were in okay shape. We just decided to live with that because that's, how messy that is. That's just crazy. This pretty picture up here, Kevin's mother painted, and we found this weird thing. We think it's very Natchez at the Crest flea markets. And that painting is from Kevin's mother's house. And here's another one of those covers. And this is the original tile to the house. It's still in pretty decent shape. I like it. And then we come into our really nice bathroom. So this was all like this when we moved in. The only thing I did was paint the cabinets and paint the trim. But it has these very fancy sconces and floor to ceiling wind mirrors and this pretty bathtub, and then the shower is all marble. Even the floor is marble, and it's in good shape. And the sink tops are marble also. And then the closet's behind the shower, and this is Kevin's side. And you can walk through, and on the other side is my side, and there's a door in on the other side, which is kind of clever. I like it. And then we come out of here. There's my jewelry. And there's our living room, and then we have this center room. And that's a painting I did. I have a lot of my artwork hanging in the house. And that's a painting I did also. That's Kevin in Spain. And this is on the Oregon coast. And then this big armoire, which I guess is an East Lake design or East Lake, that was in the master bedroom. And we had to have 3 men come and move it. And we use it as a coat closet. And then this area, our like sunroom area where we sit and we can watch TV, and I have my little desk that looks out on the courtyard. This was already an enclosed porch, but the wood was raw in the shutters and on those shutter doors in the back, so painted those and stenciled them. We took up the old vinyl floor and put this new flooring down. Tried to go with a bright color. These paintings, Kevin's mother was an artist, and she painted all of those. And they're bright and cheery, and I think they look really nice in here. And then you come through here. I just painted that. It's called Welcome to Antigua. It's Antigua, Guatemala. It's from a picture there. But here, there was a big hole in the floor. When they took up the old floor, we could tell there was a hole, but it was really rotten. It was like 8 feet around, and they had to rip up the boards and re-put part of the support beam in. And it was because in this area, back here, there was a bar, not a bar, a mini fridge and an ice maker. So we made it into our bar. So we have all our liquor down there. We have a good bar. I've learned to make cocktails. I've been using these books. I have this one and this one. And now we'll go out to the courtyard, which was also, we did a lot to it. Oh, look at this. We put in the screen door, which is great, so we can get fresh air in the house. That was this year. And the courtyard we did this year. And there's those beautiful bananas from the Harringtons. The Harrington bananas. And the fountain was here, and Kevin got that running. He had to order away from Maine for the inserts and talk to somebody. And he did all this planting this spring. And we took out, there was a crepe myrtle here, and all they did was mess up the house. They were too close to the house and get junk all over the walkway. And every time we walked into the house, we would get stuff all over the house. So those are gone. We have a little sitting area here, Kevin's grill. And we took this awning down also. It was covered in that scale, and just scrubbed it and got it kind of clean. It's got a few holes in it, but It's not too bad. We did some patching, but we just tried to restore things. And here's our kitchen. And the kitchen, this light fixture, it's called a Dordoni, which is a quite expensive Italian brand. We know because we took it down from right here, which made no sense, and we put it in the kitchen. And this one I found in the attic. And it looks nice in here, and Kevin designed those curtains and I sewed them, and they kind of mimic the light fixture, I think. And the cabinets we kept. Everything else we changed in here. We got new tile backsplash and the countertops and the appliances, but we took all the handles off, soaked them overnight, used Murphy's oil soap, washed all the cabinets, and then oiled them. And I think they came out really nice. I think they look good. And then the other thing is we put this sort of this privacy. It's like this adhesive you put on your windows, you know, because it's kind of dark back here otherwise. And I think that turned out kind of good too. And these we got at the garage sale. This folk art from a local, is her name Debbie McNeil or something like that. But she, I think Al Walker owned these. And we bought them at the garage sale. They come through to our dining room. And I caulked all this wainscoting and then painted it twice, because the first 2 times I painted it was the wrong color. Or 3 times. Yeah, I think I tried it 3 times. But finally, I like it. It's kind of a sagey green. And we have these nice built-ins here. It has the original tile work and then another one of these screens. They're all a little different. And the dining room set is new because we had this $30 dining table that I'd refinished. It wasn't good at all, but it was okay. It was functional. And we had all these mismatched chairs, but 2 of them weren't so great. They were getting kind of wobbly. So Kevin was looking on Facebook for new chairs, but he found a whole dining room set. This is solid mahogany, that Duncan Fife style, but the chairs are solid mahogany. They're not even veneer. He got 8 chairs and the table, which I didn't have to do anything to but clean, for $260. So that was our big find, and it looks really pretty. This was Kevin's mother's china hutch. So it all looks good, and then we recovered the chairs. Like, I don't know, 6 months ago we found this fabric on the chairs. They were old curtains at Ellicott Hill at a sale, and we bought it, and I thought maybe I'd make curtains, and then they just worked out perfectly here. And I still have some panels left. And here's Kevin's grandfather painted this. He was an artist. And he painted this. It's like a family art gallery. This was in Kevin's, on his mother's side. The other grandfather had this old tapestry in his study. And then these are all Kevin's grandfather's paintings from Arizona. He was a Texan. I think he was originally from the Carolinas. But Kevin's family relocated to Arizona when he was a child. And this pretty light fixture was here. The chandelier and the curtains were here. So some good things. House just needed a lot of cleaning, patching up, and painting. Oh, and then this is kind of fun. This is the downstairs guest bath, and we call it the New Orleans bathroom because it's all black, and there were these, it had this weird sort of ghost pattern back here, and I just enhanced that gold there. I could barely see it through the wallpaper. And this is actually fabric. Just cleaned it, but it was all here. It just needed scrubbing. Oh, and I painted the trim in there and touched up the black paint a little bit. And then Jimmy, he came over. he wanted to see the house and was friends with Pat Weiss, and he sent her pictures and said, "Did you do this?" And yes, indeed, she did put in this carpet, which is really good. It's wool, and she said what kind, but I can't remember, but it's held up through a lot of workmen and dirt, and we just restored it, really cleaned it. Kevin took all these bars off the stairs, and I cleaned them, and then he screwed them all back on. They came out nicely, but that was a lot of work. And then come upstairs, and when we moved in, these stained glass pieces were in the kitchen. Like they were hanging kind of in the middle of the kitchen. It was just kind of busy and dark, and they were kind of all aged. They didn't fix them, so I painted them and cleaned them, and we found somebody who was brave enough to put a board across there and hang them up. And here's more of my paintings. I did that one. Did this one. That's a scene from Argentina. And here's just more like pieces we picked up here and there, the lamp. Everything secondhand. We really stuck to our guns on that. Here's one of the guest bedrooms. I call this my daughter's room. That's her if she was a cowgirl over there. I painted that. And that's our last dog we had, Pepper. And then Kevin found this bed, and we found these tables that are similar in style. And so I just painted those and did a little gilding and painted this bench and recovered it. This is a print from China. We met the artist, and it's date harvesting time. This is a painting from one of my friends who's a real artist, and you may recognize Jean Autry. I got that at some yard sale or something. And then these fireplaces, these were black, and they were kind of rusting, and then there was like smudgy concrete on the hearth. So I did like a trompe-l'oeil with a glaze and made like faux tile. And then in each room, I did a different backyard bird. So this is the red bird. And then again, we just, picked up pieces of furniture and had fun. This room was the only room with wood, still wood, but I think they'd stripped it in the 70s or something, and it didn't look very good. It was really dark, and it didn't match the rest of the house. I kept thinking I wouldn't have to paint this room, and I was really happy about it. And then when we were done, I'm like, oh, this isn't working. We have to paint it. And we cleaned all the doorknobs, shined those up, and the bathrooms, so they were all in good shape as far as structure. We didn't have to rip anything out, just needed deep cleaning. I painted the grout because it was all stained. We had to fix the toilet. I like these little cabinets. I think they're cute. They were here. And Kevin's grandmother did that little painting. And now we'll come into this is our hangout room where we watch TV. We got this beautiful rug at the gay garage sale, and that kind of started this kind of red and gray theme in here, but we just picked up pieces. I refinished these old tables. They're like from the 70s or something. I glazed the bottom and stripped the top. And the people who lived in Shields Brown, Butch and Shields Brown, where they're living now, when they were moving to Ireland, and they couldn't fit some things in their van. So the day before they moved, we went and bought this lazy boy and this couch from them. And we also got 12 pieces of wicker from them. So we got a lot of nice things from them. Here's a painting I did. These are boys at the rodeo in Eastern Oregon. This is paint. I love this one. It's from Argentina. Kind of abstract. This is from Valparaiso, Chile, which is the city of dogs. And this is a pencil drawing I did of Peru. Kevin got this in Argentina, this painting, and he got this in Ecuador. And this is another fireplace. I kind of did the faux painting, and this is the mockingbird. Now we'll go in here. This is the second guest bedroom. I call it my son's room. This is where he stayed when they came. This is a pretty room. It has the angles, but we called it the pink room because it was pink, and it was, I mean, you couldn't shut the windows. There were bugs all in the curtains. It was a mess. So we sealed that up, painted everything, patched the cracks, and this is some more of my artwork. This is my gallery. And this is Zach, our son on the Bainbridge Ferry. And this I did is called Alone Together. And it's all these, the background is all Chinese fortunes, you can see. And then I did kind of travel brochures and maps and tickets and things like that. So it's kind of romantic. And this fireplace is the Mississippi Bluebird. And those are Carolina beach houses. And Kevin helped me design these curtains too. And even the throw pillows we got secondhand. Got that at some art sale. And this room has a nice closet. I like the way they did the French doors. I think it's very pretty with the crystal knobs. And then this bathroom, I like. The stripe around the middle was not this blue color, it was purple. So that's all we changed. We didn't have to paint in here because I think they had done the bathroom not too long ago. And they did quality, the stuff they put in was quality, like these curtains were here too. So they spent money on things. I think the house had just been left for a long time and renters were in here. And I really like this stuff. It's so easy to clean. I don't know what you call it, but it's nice, this cabinet. What they didn't do was some of the things like the roof, the HVAC, the hot water heaters. This is one of my pictures. It's a pencil drawing of a heron. And now we'll go out to this, one of the great things of this house. We just had this screen door put in, but I love the view from our upper gallery. Oh look, there's the Harrington's house over there, through the trees. We have a beautiful view of the Van Court courtyard, which is so pretty, and they're never here. So, and you can see all the crepe myrtles and the rooftops of Natchez. Such a pretty town, really pretty. And there's some more of our wicker. So those people, they were really having to do a fire sale. They sold us 12 pieces of wicker for $125. We really made out like bandits. And here is our long hallway. And these were in Kevin's mother's house. She was very artistic and classy lady with good taste. And these are some of her, the kind of Asian influence. She had them in her Scottsdale home. Rancher. And these are just some other things. This used to be a porch that they enclosed, and it had, when we moved in, it had super slanty floor, like super slanty. It was really weird. And they had redone this and put in this pretty bookcase, but the floor was really slanted and it made you feel like the house was falling in or something. So we had the floor leveled and put in this carpet. And it's nice because I like the carpet because I can do yoga in here and it's soft and comfortable. And then to the right is a great little tool room where we keep all our tools and Christmas decorations and things. And it's real handy to have it in the house, and it's good. And we did all new hot water heaters. And here, Kevin is a very talented photographer. And here's some photographs of our travels that he's taken. He has even more. I mean, he just has amazing pictures he's taken. And then this is his map with these little magnets of every place we've been. And then here is his kind of his vanity wall. Here's the pictures of big news, maybe we should turn that off, big news stories in Florida that he was in charge of the coverage for as the bureau chief. And one of these won a Pulitzer, but I don't know which one, I can't remember. And here's all his plaques and awards. He won a big award for the election night in 2000 for not calling the race when everybody else did, and because he was responsible and good at his job. And there he is giving awards for the football championships and things like that. And oh, look at this. Here is our really exciting historic Natchez Foundation Award, which I was so happy. I was sad we couldn't be there in person because we'd already planned a vacation. And here's our laundry room. It's really nice and bright. I really like it. And we really cleaned this up. I painted the floor, painted all the wainscoting. And these are, we got these in Argentina from this young man. We were his first sale. He was an art student. He was so excited. And they were framed like this. It's like bamboo. And he wove the canvas through, but I just think they're so cute. And this was our house. It's like an old little 1940s Tudor house in Kansas City. We had a row house in Baltimore, like a hacienda type house in Arizona. And then we had the typical Florida, you know, kind of Spanish style. And then we had a Northwest contemporary. And the back of this was on a hill, and the back of it was all windows, and it looked out on the Willamette River and Mount Hood. It was very nice. And then the washer and dryer are in here. Very cool. There's Vance's house. And we're almost done. Oh, and this is the prettiest doorknob. It's all copper, but it was black. I mean, all the doorknobs, everything was just, I don't know. It's just been a lot of years, but we got it done. And then this is my playroom. It's very messy, but this is where I come and hang out. I love it. I have my sewing machine, and this armoire was here. I think it's really nice. I think it's like old pine, but it's pretty hard wood, and it has like an Asian flair. I don't know how old it is or what the story is behind it, but it's pretty handy. And again, we just picked up all this weird furniture at different places. This mirror was in the attic. And here's a painting I'm working on. It's called Kevin Leaving Ghent. It's based on this photo. But I play with the colors and compositions and kind of make it how I like it. And here's me when I was young with my baby girl. And Kevin and I when we got married. And this is the last of the birds, the black-capped chickadee. I did the same thing, did the faux tile, little stencil. And I think that's it. Okay, bye, Harringtons.